Hello, beautiful. Do you want to be pet? Would you like to be pet? I've come out here because I need to find myself again. I go through these cycles or patterns where I feel lost. Someone's found me. Hello, beautifuls. At times when I feel lost, coming outside helps massively. I guess you realize how simple nature actually is. And the cows are just chilling, eating grass, playing, probably not thinking about much. Meanwhile, I'm thinking a lot, thinking way too much. So much so I'm stressing myself out. But life is pretty simple. The mind loves to complicate it, conceptualize, break down, rationalize, chunk and dissect. The mind is very powerful in that way. But I put way too much emphasis on the mind. Mind is a lousy master, but a faithful servant, they say. And I've been putting my mind in the driver's seat for far too long. Rather than the mind just being a reliant passenger. To help me through my process. And my mind starts to take over. It convinces me that I'm lost, that I'm confused, when in reality, you actually can't rationalize what it is that's happening or transpiring for you. And you don't need to. How could you? You can't grasp what story is unfolding for you. You have no idea where life is leading you. You have no idea who you're becoming and where you're going. You can set your intention, and you can seek to create it and manifest it if you wish, and align to that reality. But how it unfolds, I don't think we have a say in that. I'm impatient, and I'm scared. Or at least my mind is. I know perfectly well that I'll be all right. But the mind's like, oh, you're not gonna be. Let me take control, let me figure it out, let me think our way out of this. You don't even know what's going on, mind. How could you get me out of it? I like this cow. B5. Although, I bet you have an actual name. I don't want to call you B5, that seems upsetting. Barcy Fiver. That's what B5 stands for, Barcy Fiver. Love you, Barcy. So yeah, I come out here to help find myself, only to realize that there's nothing to find. Which is the ironic thing. That who I'm trying to be and who I think I am is mind stuff. I'm trying to figure out who I am so I can be. So I can be more. So I can be better. What else more is there other than to be? Just to be me. And me is whatever in the moment. Whatever the moment calls for. I'm just trying too hard. And it's tiring me out. But I just want to be. That's the whole point. That's what I've been trying to get at for so long. I just want to be, and ideally get paid for it. Get paid just to be me. That's the dream. But me doesn't mean nothing, right? Me has value. But I've been trying to provide value. I've been trying to prove my worth so people can give me their attention. I don't need to try and prove anything. Prove what? Prove my value, my worth. Barcy Fiver. Can I pet you, Barcy Fiver? Ooh. So if you feel lost in your life regularly, often, because this is a pattern I go through, remember that, well, first off, getting out in nature helps. Oftentimes we're just too much in our mind. And the mind is trying to rationalize, think about things. And you start to get overwhelming because there's a labyrinth in there. But remember that there's nothing really to find. If you quiet the mind, then you'll be where it is that you're looking for. There's too much emphasis on the mind. How wholesome is this? This is so wholesome. Just playing with the cows, friends with the cows. There's quite a lot of them actually. Let me show you the scenes. How beautiful. So yeah, my process that I feel like I'm undergoing at the moment is learning how to be myself. Wholeheartedly, genuinely, authentically, naturally, effortlessly flowing into who I'm always meant to be and who I've always been behind the persona of the facade that I try to put on in order to be perceived as someone more valuable than I am. Which is just conditioning given to us by this people's school called life, or society, anyway. Life itself is effortlessly but society makes you feel like you need to be something more than what you actually are. Because society is, in a way, constructed on top of trying to get somewhere, be something, obtain something. So learning just to be myself, learning how to just be again. Nature, fantastic for that. Being in nature helps remind you how to be. Like, I've been creating a lot of content, pumping stuff out, trying to get seen, validated, trying to make something, of myself. This is another experimentation attempt, a way to stop trying so hard. This is an attempt to try and, no, not even try at all. This is just an experiment, an attempt to express myself in a way that's more natural, more organic, more authentic, not contrived. May we all learn to be genuinely, authentically ourselves. That is the message. The content that I'm trying to create. Well, this is a thing. I create content because there's an intrinsic need for me to create and to express myself, which I think is a basic human need in everybody. But I also create content because I learn who I am through the process of it. And as I watch myself, and I'm editing these videos, I start to fall in love with myself more and more. As I notice myself in new ways, finally witnessing myself. How many of us actually witness ourselves? How many of us actually pay attention to ourselves and seek to get to know who we are? So create content to help me understand who I am, to witness myself, to discover myself. Like a creative self-actualization, or self-actualizing through experiencing my authentic expression. It's almost like coming to spirit or God through the ego. And as I keep creating content, I keep chipping away like, oh, that's not me. That's not me. That's quite not it. That's quite not it. That feels good. That resonates. So as I mentioned, this is another attempt to see if it resonates. To see if I'm closer. And it feels good. It feels good to express myself in this way. Almost like a therapy session for myself in nature. And these are my therapy animals. Can you see the cows? Maybe I have to change angles again. I'm going to wrap this up anyway, but just get the final scene set up. Boom. How beautiful. So, if you're feeling lost, also trying to find yourself, I have already given you the advice. You don't need anything else. You got it. You'll figure it out. Just don't try to think so hard. Don't try and think your way out of it. You can't. I mean, you might be able to. Maybe you have a really powerful mind, but I haven't figured it out yet. But you'll be all right. Don't stress yourself out. relax, be present, ground yourself, get out in nature. And just breathe. Take care.